hummingbirds such a beautiful bird? They're an even more unique bird than you might think, and not just in that regard either. I'm Laura Youngblood, and welcome to From Laura's Perspective. At least 3 times a week, I post a video essay on a wide array of topics from history to art to literature, music, movies, TV, fashion, games, politics, social issues, current events, and for the first time ever, nature. Now that you've either been welcomed or welcomed back to my channel, welcome to another installment of my Facts About series and my first one on an animal species. For this episode, I thought it would be appropriate to do a species that is strongly beloved on my mom's side of the family and throughout the world in general, hummingbirds. Like I do for all of my Facts About videos, I'm going to share 7 little tidbits of information about this beautiful, unique bird. Now let's get down to it. If you happen to come across a hummingbird, one of the first things you'll notice about it is its tiny size. In fact, an adult hummingbird is only about 2.5 inches long and weighs 1.6 grams. In fact, they're so small that they only have 940 feathers, while other bird species have thousands and sometimes even tens of thousands to cover their larger bodies. Another thing you can tell just from looking at a hummingbird is its lightning speed of flight. The average hummingbird flies 61 miles per hour, the speed of a car down the highway, while most other bird species can only fly 20 to 30 miles per hour. So if one comes to your feeder, it's literally blink and you'll miss it. When a bird comes in this many species, you have to assume that it has great diversity, and hummingbirds are no exception. Of the over 360 species of hummingbird, at least 15 can be found in my home country of the United States. Examples of the most common species include the ruby-throated hummingbird, Anna's hummingbird, the Lucifer hummingbird, while species such as the barreline are a little more rare. Although the species hummingbirds come in are all unique, one thing's true of all of them. The average hummingbird's heart beats 1,200 times per minute. To put this in perspective, the average heart rate for all birds is 282 BPM, while us humans have an average heart rate of 60 to 100 BPM. This probably isn't surprising now that we know how fast hummingbirds can fly. Speaking of their flight, when most bird species travel to warmer climates during the winter, they fly in flocks so they can look out for each other. But this isn't the case with hummingbirds. When it's time to fly south, each hummingbird literally flies solo. This may seem dangerous and counterintuitive given the logic most bird species use traveling in flocks, but for hummingbirds, it's a little different. You see, because hummingbirds are so small, they are extremely susceptible to being eaten by predators. And if said predators spot hummingbirds in a huge group, they can easily find them and eat them. But by flying alone, hummingbirds are less likely to be found by predators, making their migration much safer. Near superhuman speed and doing it solo aren't the only things that are unique about a hummingbird's flight. No other species can fly in reverse, but hummingbirds can. Not only that, but hummingbirds can also fly straight up and down, unlike most other bird species. How do they do this? By flapping their wings 180 degrees from their shoulders at a rate of 20 to 80 times per second. Many animal species rely heavily on their olfactory senses to track down their prey and be warned of predators, but not hummingbirds. They can't smell anything because the airborne particles of substances they inhale are all the same to them. But don't give up the hope that hummingbirds might come to your feeders, because one way they compensate for their lack of smell is... Not only do hummingbirds have amazing eyesight, but their ability to see and differentiate colors is beyond what most species have. Hummingbirds can see a wide variety of non-spectral colors, particularly shades of rainbow colors that are mixed with ultraviolet, and can even distinguish pure ultraviolet, whereas most species can't tell the difference between, for example, regular red and ultraviolet red. So even though the smell of birdseed won't draw hummingbirds toward your feeder, if the color of the seed sticks out enough, they might. There's actually a special type of bird feeder called a hummingbird feeder, which is bright red on the outside and contains liquid hummingbird food so that the color sticks out to the birds and draws them to it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my first video essay on the topic of nature, unless you consider pearls and other gemstones to be nature, which is widely debated due to the rise in artificial cultivation of such gemstones. But there's no debate that birds are a beautiful, important part of the natural world around us, so I hope you found this unique species worth learning about in today's video. If you like what you saw today, check out some of the links on your screen, and if that's what you're looking for in a YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button to join my video essay library. Hope to see you for my next video, which will be another installment of my Fun Facts series.